Module LaTeX installation. Hi all. So now we're going to switch to offline version of LaTeX. To do that, actually to be able to work in that version, we first need to install two softwares, text distribution and text editor. Actually, text distribution help us to compile our code into some kind of output, for example, PDF output, while text editor is just a tool that helps us to write our code somewhere. Also, before the installation, I just need to stress something here. So it's very important the order in which you install these two programs. First, text distribution needs to be installed, and then text editor. And now we can begin with installation. So we can write LaTeX installation in our Google search. And then you can click here on Get LaTeX. So if you have Windows, you're going to install MikTeX, and if you have Mac, you're going to install MikTeX distribution. I have Windows, so I'm going to go with MikTeX distribution, so I'm going to click here on MikTeX. And now we are going to click here on download. Okay, so here we're going to click on download. And now we're going to wait for our file to be downloaded. This may take a while, so I'm going to pause the video and then we're going to continue with installation after this is finished. Okay, so now we can click on here. So you can click on run. Then we have our installer. We can accept the conditions, click on next. Here you can leave on default, so install MikTeX only for me. Next, and then we can start with our installation. So this will again take a while, so we are going to continue when this part of the installation is finished. Okay, so we can click here on next and again on next and close. So MikTeX is now installed on our computer, and then the next part is installing the text editor. So for text editor, there are a lot of options. Actually, you have one already installed on your computer because there's one which is installed when you install MikTeX right now. That's TeX Live, but I think maybe more user-friendly is the one we are going to install now. And this one is called TeXMaker. There are a lot of text editors, for example, TeXMaker is also a very good text editor, but let's go with TeXMaker for now. So let's write TeXMaker, download. So we're going to click on the first thing here, and here you're going to click on Windows packages to download the file which we need to install TeXMaker. So again, this is going to take some time, so we're going to continue after the download of this file is finished. Okay, so now we can click here. We can click on run. And we can accept the conditions, and then we can click here on install. So if I remember correctly, this is going to be quicker than the previous one, so we can wait until this is finished. And actually, after we install TeXMaker, then we can start working in offline version of LaTeX. But actually, you will see that it's similar to the only one. Okay, we can click here on finish, and TeXMaker will be launched when the setup is when we exit our setup. Okay, so here we have TeXMaker, and actually you can see that the design is pretty similar to the one in Overleaf. So we have three windows. Here is a structure. here is the space which we need for writing our code, and here PDF output will be displayed. Okay, so just a few things before we start writing our first document. You can click here on Options and then on Configure TeXMaker, and make sure that everything is checked as here. So here you need to have embed for PDF viewer. For quick build, you want to have PDF LaTeX plus view PDF. So you want to, when you click the bottom quick build, which is here, you want your code to be recompiled, and then you want to view PDF right away. Then for editor, make sure that you have line numbers. So that's pretty important when you have errors. It's pretty easy to correct your errors when you have line numbers showed, because you will have line, I don't know, 24 error that and that. So it will be easier to fix your errors. And then you can click here on backup if you want. So backup documents every 10 minutes. That's for shortcuts, and I think everything here is as it should be. So here you have also launched the clean tool when exiting TeXMaker. So actually, every time you recompile your code, you will get a lot of documents in your folder in which you saved your text file from the beginning. You will have text file, you will have PDF, of course, so these two you will use. Then you will have some other files, for example, log file. So these files you are not going to use anywhere. So you want this file to not be shown in your folder. So if you click here on launch the clean tool when exiting TeXMaker, in your folder only text file and PDF file will remain, and all the other files which are output of your recompiling will be deleted. Okay, and we can click on OK here. And now we can begin with writing our first document in offline version of LaTeX. Okay, so we're going to create our first file now. You can click here on File and then on New. And the very important thing is that you need to give it a name. So you need to rename your file first. So it shouldn't be untitled here, because the first time you are going to click on recompile, actually here on quick build, TeXMaker will tell you that there is an error because the file doesn't have a name. So let's give the file name. So here you can click on Save As, and then for the purpose of this demonstration, I will put it in desktop. Actually, that's not a good practice. It's very good practice to put your files in folders, because if you have pictures in your files and so on, all these pictures need to be in the same folder for your code to work in TeXMaker. Okay, so here we are going to name it first LaTeX document, like in Overleaf. And then we can click on Save. And then the name appears here. Okay, so actually the structure is the same. We had document class. Then I think font was 12 points. And we put here article. And then we have begin document and end document. And again, if you click on quick build now, you will get an error because you don't have anything between begin and end document. But we can put here the same thing we put in our online version. So I think our first sentence was, this is our first LaTeX document, and we had backlash. And we can try to recompile it. Now, actually here, if you click on quick build, your code will recompile, and you will see your PDF output right away on the right side here. So you see that everything is right now. Actually, before ending of this video, I need to stress something here. It's very important for you to recompile your files as much, your code as much as possible, because if you don't, you'll have a lot of errors, which will be very hard to fix. So actually, the advice is to recompile your code every 2 or 3 sentences, because if you write, I don't know, code of 2 pages and you recompile, then you will have a lot of errors. That is inevitable and will be very hard to fix them. Okay, so actually in the next video we are going to show basics in LaTeX, and then we are going to show how to put pictures in your document, tables, and so on. But we are going to do that in our next video. So